All right, hello everyone. So we're back with another video. In fact, I had posted this video earlier, but I realized that there was no audio on it. Somehow missed that quality check. But anyway, back with the same video. Asahi Glass India. In fact, good stock. It's come up in our long-term holding scanner for a buy position. Let's see what the stock is telling us. In fact, on the monthly time frame, we're going to start. So our analysis is going to be on the monthly, weekly, and daily time frame, and our execution. That means our buying decision will be done or made on the daily time frame. On the monthly time frame, we're seeing that it's quite bullish. We just want to zoom out of the entire chart and just see what this looks like. Steadily actually increasing. There have been good phases that the stock has taken. A very strong bearish downtrend since 2017 to this. In fact, last year was when its recovery has started. We saw on the monthly time frame here there was one attempt to change the trend, but then after this pullback there was another last sell off, and then from there it has taken off. Monthly time frame looking really good. In fact, it has broken a very strong all-time high here, 411, just last month. So this month we may be able to see a retest. If not, then it's just moving up. On the weekly time frame, currently price is stock is trading at 474.3. On the weekly time frame, you're seeing some kind of a pullback, failure in progress. The last week that it traded, in fact, it did not manage to even go higher than the previous high, not even close above the open of the previous week. Not looking all that strong, but yes, there is a bullish candle after the rejection of the 8-period moving average on the weekly time frame. The stock has been taking very good supports at the 20 period moving average here. Maybe something to look at in terms of where the price might drop to the maximum, and then maybe set your alerts later on if you're looking to buy at lower prices. If that's what your style of trading could be, then I think a dip to around 400 levels whenever it is on Asahi India Glass, I think this would be a good buy. But for now, I think we're looking at a bullish resumption of the trend. There has been a consolidation on the daily time frame, after which there was a pullback and a pullback failure here. Our first entry could have been somewhere around 387.5 levels, taken this all the way up. I think it's a good move of around 30-35%. But again, now let's just first quickly just see the price action on the 200, around the 200 period moving average. Yes, in fact, so the bullishness has begun in the month of August 2020, where it has broken out of the green band. So our moving average band is like our like a concrete wall that we've set up, a 3-layered wall. It has to be able to break all of these 3 layers and stay above this above the green band region in order for us to say that this might be bullish. This was a very good, this was a good bullish crossover here. I think we would have just, after the retest at the 200 EMA high, we could have just entered at the bullish crossover, nothing else. We could have just entered there, and this was around 217 levels. Right now, it's price is trading at somewhere around 474. That would have been a very good buy actually. But for now, I think on the daily time frame, I just want to also check if there is a key support that is being provided by the 50 period moving average. Yes, it is. All of the consolidation has happened around the 50 period moving average here. Good support, good rejections being taken at 50 period moving averages. Very nice. Almost all of the touch points at 50 at the 50 EMA have resulted in following bullish moves. So the last bounce off from the 50 period moving average was in the month of October. October, November have been quite all right for this for this stock. So on the daily time frame, where are we going to? What are we really looking at in terms of the decision? Why do we think we should be able to buy this stock? On the daily time frame, after the bullish crossover, we've seen the retest, the pullback, and the pullback failure. Our entry could have been here. If our entry would have been here, in fact, we would have just not been able to capture the whole move, and then prices would have come down. But right now, something really interesting, and I always talk about this, is sorry. Uh, Convergence, you're right. If you thought about it the moment you saw this, you're absolutely right. This is a convergence on the moving averages, and once the convergence fails and the prices close above the 8 EMA again and are showing signs of a bullish a resumption of the bullish trend, where this bullish trend had actually slowed down because of all of these bearish moves, these bearish candles. And if the candles are now indicating that we are back in a bullish mode, this is a very good time to enter. In fact, I don't believe in buying the dips. A lot of people say price is dropping, why don't we buy? Um, it's not important that we should buy at a low price. It's important that we should buy at the right price. And for me, the right price could be whenever the chart is actually showing that the stock is back in the original trending direction. And this is a big indication that it might be moving in the original trending direction. However, there are a few things that are holding me back from actually um, placing this as a very strong candidate for for an investment opportunity, right? And I'll tell you why. Um, Firstly, we saw on the weekly time frame that this is, 1 week. Actually, this entire week was a failed attempt, and in fact, it was a failed attempt to actually break, even come close to the previous highs, the previous week's highs. Of course, it did manage to stay above the 8 EMA. It did have a rejection from the bottom. It did try to close above the even. It hasn't even closed above the opening price of the previous week. I'm sorry. So there I have a little bit of a concern on the daily time frame. One concern that I have is that although it might look like it's losing momentum, the most important concern is that there have been a lot of rejection wicks from the top. In fact, this day also has been a rejection from the top. However, one more thing that I noticed on this analysis, in fact, we don't go down to a lower time frame level, but on the 4-hour time frame, there is no bullish crossover yet. That means the price is still struggling to actually give nice voluminous, moves. However, I would like to be very careful on this entry. I would want to enter only after the 8 period moving average. 8 EMA has crossed over the 20 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. That would be my cue for a good entry. And by that time, maybe the stock would have either surpass the previous day's high, or come somewhere close where it's also showing a higher high and a higher low format, or something like that. But for now, entry I think should be somewhere above these levels, 480, 490. I would not take an entry here. You can add this to your watch list. If it comes up above this, I think 490 levels, 495 also, I think. Of course, this is a 20 rupee move. If you'd like to capture this 20 rupee move, of course, you know what to do. You can just enter here and hope that that there's no failure of this pullback towards the bottom. That in return will actually pull the stock prices back down. So you need to be a little careful about that, because it has already happened once before. The prices tried to go back up, but at this point, the crossover was not achieved, and the prices have come back down again. So this is what we don't want on the convergence of these moving averages in the bearish side. Of course, 1 hour is very nice, very strongly bullish. Why I say this is because even if you look at the 50 period moving average on the 1 hour time frame, the stock has taken a nice rest and support on the 50 period moving average. 20 EMA is about to cross over the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. So for a short trade, I think it's still there is some time for you to even. I think an entry above this 490 level is actually a right entry to make, and that is what we're going to do now. The stop loss is going to be very different. In fact, it's not going to be this deep. Although this is a very sensible stop loss because we had this consolidation, and this might be a very good place to place our exit points, because we're also giving room below this low and below this low for the prices to to move around. But I think by the time the stock moves to this level, the stop loss will be somewhere around 416 to 420. Not a bad region to be at. I think we'll just for now place our stop loss at 422 with an entry of anything above 490. And a basic 1:1 on this will be 558. We could see higher levels after it breaks out of this of its new all-time high. So I think the next level should be a 1:2. So you can decide when you want to when you want to exit this trade after the 1:1 is achieved. But 1:1 also you need to be quite careful. So this is not financial advice. This is a disclaimer to the video. We're just talking about the analysis based on our setup and our processes, and this is for our bootcamp students, our bootcamp participants who have learned what the entire process is and how you're able to set the stop loss, the entry, and the target, the profit targets. So for now, the entry will be somewhere above 490, and the stop loss at around 422, 420. And the first target at 559 and the second target at 626.8. This is Asahi India Glass, quite synonymous in automotive glass that we've all seen, but we've never paid attention to. If you look at any glass, your window on your cars, it's very likely that you will see that that Asahi India logo. The older cars had it, and I'm sure you will find it. So a lot of things. They're also manufacturing. I think they're working on manufacturing solar panel glass. So something that is keeping the business in the future as well. So fundamentally, we wouldn't go too much into details, but technically this is what it is. So please plan your entry, please plan your position sizing. Not a very strong recommendation to buy this stock. In fact, you'll have to do your own research if you would like to enter this, but please be careful with this particular entry. That's about it, and we'll come back with another video. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. That will really help us and help you as well in getting future notifications. Thanks a lot.